Hello everyone, this is Jay's Picks, Magic the Gathering bin, from 50 cents to $35 each. Let's take a look. These are the cards that I would actually play with or have in my decks already, or cards I could easily make a new deck out of. Let's take a look. Awesome. White and blue spells cost 1 less. Spells your opponents cast cost 1 more to cast. I have that in my white-blue commander deck. It's sort of difficult to figure out what it does. It's just prolongs the game. That's the kind of deck that I have this in. Fleetwood Dancer, Trample, Lifelink, Haste, 4/4/4/4. Not too bad. There's enough slivers to make a full sliver deck. It's just missing the Queen, the legendary commander. These are just multicolored spells. Not too bad. And Jellyfish. White spells. Rally the Ranks, 2-drop. As Rally the Ranks enters the battlefield, choose a creature type. Creatures you control the chosen type get +1/+1. Pretty good on the second turn drop. At the beginning of combat on your turn, put +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. Very good for a second turn drop. Choose a number. I like this one a lot too. Choose a number between 0 and 13. Each player sacrifices that many creatures. I like that a lot. It's funny. It's good. It's a quick and easy board wipe. Let's take a look. Four colorless, kicker 3. If it was kicked, it enters the battlefield with +1/+1 counter on it. For each non-basic land your opponents control. When it becomes the target of a spell, sacrifice it and create a number of 1/1 colorless construct artifact creature tokens equal to its power. Very good. I like that. I like playing with artifacts a lot. I have 2 types of artifact decks. Modern and Commander. Very nice little card for a Proliferate, Infect, Toxic Poison deck. 2-drop for when Contagion class enters the battlefield. Put a -1/-1 counter on target creature. I like that first little effect. Then 4, tap it, Proliferate. You get to add more. You get to add more. Choose any number of permanents and our players. Give each other counter of each kind already there. There you go. So you get to add more -1/-1 counters when you pay for. Or other counters. 4 for 2-drop. It's not too bad, not too great either. What's just average? I love artifacts. Average. Not too bad though. Not too bad. Dragon Arc. Soul of Nufrixia, 6 mana. Trample for a 6/6 creature with pay 5 permanents you control, gain indestructible until the end of turn. Pay 5, exile Soul of Nufrixia from your graveyard. Permanents you control, gain indestructible until the end of turn. Pretty good. Here's a good one. Void Mirror, 2 mana. I like this one a lot. It's cheap to play, and it's cheap to buy. $1. Just $1. Whenever a player casts a spell, if no colored mana was spent to cast it, counter it. That includes you. Let's take a look at the red. What do we have for $12? 6 mana for legendary creature. When it enters the battlefield, reveal the top 6 cards of your library. Put all goblin creature cards with converted mana cost of 5 or less from among them into the battlefield, then rest them bottom of your library in any order. When it attacks, it gets +1/+1 at the end of turn for each other goblin you control. Damn. That's pretty good if you're making a goblin commander deck. Either as your commander or as another creature in the deck. Very nice. Turn, tap it, sacrifice an artifact with mana value X. Return target artifact card with mana value of less than X from your graveyard to the battlefield. It gains haste until the end of turn. That's pretty good for a red artifact deck. Not too bad. That is not too bad. Let's take a look. Goblin Chieftain, 3 mana. Goblin Haste, so it can attack on its first turn. Other goblin creatures you control get +1/+1 and have haste. Required for goblin deck. $1 for double vision. Whenever you cast your first instant or sorcery spell each turn, copy that spell. You may choose new targets for the copy. Not too bad. Late in the game, but you know, it could be useful. Land. Non-basic land, taps for 1 white mana. Turn it over, use it as tap it at 1 black mana. Doesn't come into play tapped. Same again. Mirror. Oh, someone's misplaced this. That shouldn't be in there, but let's take a look what it does. 3 mana. Choose Mirren or Phyrexian. Mirren. When you cast an artifact spell, create a 1/1 colorless mirror artifact creature token. That's pretty good. I like that. Phyrexian. At the beginning of your end step, draw a card, then discard a card. Then if there are 15 or more artifact cards in your graveyard, target opponent loses the game. That's really good. That is good. That's good. I like it. It'd go well in an artifact deck. Very nice. Especially a draw and discard sort of artifact deck. Very nice. I'll put back where it belongs with the rest of the blue cards. $35 for land. Oh, artifact. So someone's been moving my cards. Okie dokie. 3 mana. Sacrifice a creature, add 1 mana of any color. That's pretty brilliant. If you're playing with tokens, you can almost play with almost unlimited sources of mana. This would go well in a commander deck. That should belong with the artifacts way over here. Non-basic land. Doesn't come into play tapped. Useful. Blue or red of your choice. $1 due, Tap it, add 1 colorless, tap 1, tap a blue, return target wizard you control to its owner's hand. Very entertaining, actually. If you have wizards that have card effects that have, when this creature enters the battlefield, does something, that could be handy. What's better than 1? 2. There's 2 available. For now. Let's take a look at the swamp and black creatures and spells. For mana, flying at the beginning of your combat. On your turn, choose one that hasn't been chosen. Each player sacrifices a creature, including you. You draw a card and you lose a life. Transform it. I transform it as soon as possible. You get 3/4 flying, death touch, and lifelink. Plus, pay 3 each creature you control with flying, death touch, and or lifelink +1/+0. So you can get a lot of life with this card quickly. It would go very well in either a commander for a vampire deck or for modern. Very nice. For turn. Choose a player. Sewer Nemesis' power and toughness are equal to the number of cards and the chosen player's graveyard. I like that. Whenever the chosen player casts a spell, that player mills a card, so it gets stronger and stronger. I like that. Not too bad for 4 turn draw. Not bad at all. I have this card in my modern vampire deck. I've got 4 of them. I love it. It's funny. It makes the whole game slow, but I like it. 2 mana. Each player loses 1 life, discards a card, sacrifices a creature, then sacrifices a land. That means you as well, but I don't mind playing it. I like to draw out games. I like this card. I recommend it in black decks, especially modern. You can play it quicker and have up to 4 in a deck. Ah, it's funny. Let's see, for 6. For legendary creature, Vampire Noble. Ward, discard a card. Whenever another non-token vampire you control dies, you may pay 1 and exile it. If you do, create a 1/1 black bat creature token with flying. It gains. When this creature deals combat damage to a player, sacrifice it and return the exiled card to the battlefield tagged. Very nice. Shame about the mana cost. Not too bad. When it enters the battlefield, each opponent loses life equal to the number of vampires you control. You gain life equal to life lost this way. Not too bad. Bit slow in the game, but not too bad. Especially for $1. $1 we do. Some uncommons. Undercity Informer. Rogue. 1. Sacrifice a creature. Target player reveals cards from the top of his or her deck and reveals a land card and puts those cards into his or her graveyard. For 1, so you can just keep on paying 1 over and over and over again, and you could mill a player before they have a good chance to have a turn, depending on how much mana you have. That's pretty good. That is a good card. I'm hoping it's in my Rogue deck. Rogue mill deck, I should say. 4 mana, quite high, but enchanted creature gets +2/+2, has flying, is a demon, and when it enters the battlefield, all non-demon creatures get -2/-2. I like that part. You can almost kill off a lot of tokens that way. Ogre Slumlord for 5 mana. When another non-token creature dies, you may create a 1/1 black rat creature token. Rats you control have death touch. I like that. Too bad it's not a legendary creature. But for what it is, it's not too bad at all. Let's see. Oh, I forgot about the green. The green. Let's take a look at the green. Sanctum Weaver. 2 mana. Tap it. Add X mana to any one color where X is the number of champions you control. So by default, I'll tap for 1 mana because it itself is enchantment. Not too bad. Tap it, add 1 mana of any color, tap it, add X mana of any one color where X is the amount of life you gain this turn. Not too bad. Mana cost is a bit high, but not too bad. Just low, later in the game. 5 mana, also big high in mana, but Whenever Bug Beast attacks, you gain 2 life. Then creatures you control gain trample and get plus X until the end of turn, where X is the amount of life you gain this turn. So your creatures get a lot of plus damage, and they all have trample. Pretty good. It is a bit later in the game, but not too bad. Not too bad at all. Still sealed in this weird clear packet. $2, just $2. 2 mana. Let's see what it does. Alliance. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, choose one that hasn't been chosen this turn. Oh, I know this card. It's in my Infect Toxic Proliferate deck. Put a +1/+1 counter on Gala Greeters. Create a tapped treasure token. I always go for the treasure token as quickly as possible to generate more mana. Last one, you gain 2 life. That's for each creature. So if you have a token deck, imagine all the unlimited supply of treasure tokens you can make. Thank you for watching. I'll see you soon here at Frenly Magic. I'll see you there.